argument. But that comes with doing the research on it. Now, there are 3 types of essays. There's more, but these are the 3 main types. The first one is persuasive. So what do you think that, what is a persuasive thesis or persuasive essay does? That's right. So you're making an argument. You make an argument towards a point. So normally, in this case, it contains an opinion, and it has to have reasons why that opinion is correct. So you're making your argument. It can be true, it can be false. Your thesis statement, but you have to try and prove it. That's why many lawyers, it's like a lawyer, you're always arguing a side, right? There's always 2 sides. The next is expository. This term is a little bit more difficult. Does anyone understand what expository means?
Yes.
What would it mean?
It's like, it's basically like you expose the fact and like the message that you want to express, but at the same time you don't like, it's different from the persuasive because you don't want to prove you're right and take a stand. You just show what it is.
Exactly. So expository is the word to expose.
Yeah.
So just like you were saying, it's more like you're trying to communicate facts. And so it has the purpose more of explaining or informing the reader of whatever you're trying to educate the reader on. And the last is a little more complicated. It's called a narrative. This might be a little more complicated because it's coming from the author himself, and it might not be perfectly delineated, but it might be, what it might be is just an experience that they're trying to communicate and that you'll read throughout the essay. Okay, so those are the 3 main types. So here's an example of a persuasive essay. So like we were saying with the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? The topic is the sandwiches, the opinion that they're the best, and the persuasive reasoning is, you know, because they're versatile and they're easy to make. Now in the expository, so I know I've already got it down, but you can see the topic is the college students. Can you read that for me, actually? Would you be able to read?
The life of a typical college.
A little bit louder, sorry.
The life of a typical college student is characterized by time spent studying, attending class, and socializing with peers.
Okay.
Topic: college student life.
Yep.
Information that will be provided. How they spend their time.
Exactly. So that would be it. You can even expand on that a little bit by explaining some of the activities they do. But that's basically your expository. How's everyone doing at home? Online students? Okay, maybe I'll get one of you to read. Who's online today? Who's online today?
It's spelled, you guys are evens or odds?
Evens.
So all the odds.
Okay, is Carolina there?
Oh, that's your one, the others.
Oh, sorry. All the odds, I see. Eduarda? Is Eduarda there?
Yeah.
Here.
Hey, my microphone was like disconnected.
Eduarda? Would you be able to read on the board?
Yeah, sure. I have only one life and I will use every opportunity to be successful. Should I read the topic?
Yeah.
Topic: Carpe diem, seize the day. Reason the author is sharing his story. He will try and impart this lesson through his perspective.
So the introductory, even in the this short story that you read, there was a thesis within it, but it's a little bit more buried within the introductory paragraph. But it's there and it'll be seen throughout the whole essay. Okay, so now I'm going to just break you into some groups, and I'm just going to ask you to go online. Did you already do that? I just want you to go online in your groups, and I want you to just locate what the topic, and then I also want you to highlight the argument that they're trying to make, and also what type of essay it is.
Come on, would you like the students here to be online as well?
No, they can. And if you want to just break into 4 and 3, that's, or do it all together, it's up to you guys. So, but there'll be two examples. Can you do them for both?
And they'll have how many minutes?
You'll have about 6 minutes. So that's locate the topic, locate the argument, and say what type of essay it is. If it's a persuasive, expository, or narrative.
Same group or two groups?
Yeah, you can split into 2 groups if you want.
I'm just going to check my computer on the break. My computer is on the lockers in the.
Can you get it? Oh, sure. Or you can get it over there.
No.
Yeah, I can get it after also.
Hey, you really won't need it for right now.
So do I have to share the on the?
Oh, they probably don't know that they have access to it.
How do I do it?
It's the.
Yes.
You're turning now?
Okay. Did you have, who is in group 1? Do you have someone that can speak for group 1?
Am I from group 1? I didn't even check the.
Yeah, I'm also confused with that. I'm not sure if we're from group 1.
Yeah, I think I'm group 1, but I forgot
It
to
says.
see.
Yeah, it says.
Yeah.
Breakout room.
Okay, who is in breakout room 1? Can you just have someone speak to
I think
the first
it's us,
essay on Ireland?
Yeah, I think we
it's
were.
us. Wait, I
Yeah.
can go. I can go.
Yeah, me too.
You want to do the first and I'll do the second, or?
Okay,
Well, I
can
don't
you,
think it's sharing. I don't know if you want to share. But,
Oh, okay.
no, just you can just vocalize it. What is the topic that you found on the first essay?
It's about how Ireland has a rich history.
Yes, that is Ireland. The topic's about Ireland and its history. Yes, and what argument are they making?
They're making that it has a rich history, and they're saying they do because, and then they are explaining why they do.
Okay, through its castles,
True what?
through it's claiming it because they have what? Why? How are they making the claim that it has a rich history?
They have many castles, and they had to fight a lot.
I'm sorry?
They have many castles and other monuments, and they have to fight a lot for their independence.
Independence?
No?
Well, no, it's not I see what you're saying. So you're looking at it as throughout the country's expansibility, the Irish fought time and again to maintain their independence and sovereignty. Yes, but mainly it's claiming that the evidence of their history is mainly because, as it shows down below, and probably the essay will go down and basically describe all the castles that they had. That's what you're probably going to find. How did everyone else have the same answers? How about breakout 2? Could you give me an idea of like how you saw it? Good job, by the way, breakout 1.
Thank you.
Then breakout room 2.
I think it was us, right? Me, Philo, and yeah, we
Oh,
basically
okay.
had the same thing as Hannah's group. We didn't
Yeah.
get it different from it. Yeah.
They're the same, okay. So breakout room 3. Let's look at the second essay. And again, can you breakout room 3? Who could speak for them?
I think it was us, right? I'm not sure. But we basically found, I think it was like uh, similar. We found the first one to be expository and the second to be persuasive. And like the opinions, the topics. The first one is about Ireland's history, and the second about using students using school uniforms.
Okay.
And yeah, the rest is like
Which one
pretty
was
much.
persuasive and which one was expository?
The second one was persuasive, and the first one was expository.
Very well. Very good. Yes. Do you find that it was difficult? Was there one that was like similar to the other?
I'm sorry. I mean, like the similarities between them.
Did you find like it was one that was like seemed like it could go either way?
Oh, not really. I
No?
think we yeah.
It was pretty clear. Okay, can you, there was one more, breakout room 4. Who can speak to breakout room, for breakout room 4?
I think I'm from breakout room 4. So yeah, like in the
topic?
Yeah, the topic is like the same as everyone. Like Ireland is a country that has a lot of history that is not like known by people. Like the people don't give it the importance it needs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, it's making the argument that school uniforms are not practical and not good.
Okay, so what's the claim they made? Sorry, can you find it in the passage?
Yeah, so the claim they made in the second essay is that demanding school uniforms from student is not a good thing for schools to do. Because it's like the patternization is bad in their opinion.
The what?
The patternization of like making every kid look the same, wear the same thing is like kind of bad for them. That's at least what I understand, and it's like taking away their freedom.
Okay, that's one. Yeah. Conformity. Yeah. Can you state the other reasons he had? He had more than one.
I guess it's also because they are like uncomfortable and a waste of money. But like I think there's like not two separate arguments, but one thing like is that they're basically useless because there's just like clothes that the school demands the kids to buy, and that it doesn't give them away. So
yes. Okay. So basically, he's got a lot of different reasons why he feels the uniforms are not useful. They're uncomfortable and they're also expensive. He's got lots of reasons. So throughout his essays,
he was very firm about his opinion.
That's right. And so that's what he'll be arguing through the body of his essays, exactly that. So his conclusion will likely say that exact same thing. He'll summarize those items. So good job. I know everyone in the front classroom, good job breakup 4 too. Sorry if I didn't get to all the rooms. It sounds like you all had the same sort of answers. Does anyone have any questions online? Everyone's good? Okay, everyone in the classroom did a good job. Yeah. Yes.
I actually have a question. How would you like I thought when in my sorry. So how would you get like a thesis from a narrative? Like that there's no thesis, like theses are just in the persuasive type or
that's mainly what you're going to be doing today. In the narrative, it's usually a point of view of somebody, like usually the author. And what they'll do is it's going to be more literary. So they'll give you something that they're going to speak about within the body of the essay. And so it basically it'll be a sentence that alludes to what he'll be speaking about. But he's not going out to persuade or to prove anything. He's just setting a topic or a tone for the entire
okay, so it usually is not as clear as in the persuasive type.
Exactly. It's way more literary. In fact, if you were to think about the short story, which Ethan's going to come back up and talk about, but if you were going to look just at what he was going to do in his short story, Edgar Allan Poe, you could find, I know you were talking about guilt, those themes of guilt, those would probably be in the first paragraph of the statement that you'd find. And then you could tell the whole story was related to that or surrounded that. Okay? How are we doing? So yeah, that's, you guys are, obviously you're on your way to understanding. You've been doing this already. This is more like a review for you, but we'll be continuing on with Ethan and be attaching it more to the story you've been telling. So, yeah.
It would be in a different order, like the evidence before the claim.
Sorry?
And like the in a different order, like the evidence be before the claim.
Can the evidence be before the claim?
Yeah.
Can the evidence be? Yeah, it depends on how you write it, but yeah, usually the claim comes after. No, usually the evidence is after. You make the claim and then you put the evidence comes after.
But it is possible to.
Yeah, I think it just depends.